Yeah, I've been a resident at Healthy Heroes now for about 2 weeks, and if I hadn't got the call about 2 weeks ago, I don't think I'd have been here today. The guy that runs it, Andy Powell, an absolutely inspirational man, and it's for him that I'd like to thank, for making all of this possible, really, and the activities and everything that we do is absolutely fantastic for us guys and our mental health, because quite a lot of us are struggling. So to have this support all in one go is amazing. Thanks, Andy.
My name's Tony Grimshaw, and I'm here representing the Duchy of Lancaster Benevolent Fund and the Lord Lieutenant of Lancashire, Amanda Parker. And we're so pleased to be able to do this for Clayton Amateur Boxing Club. It's an exceptional organisation that does exceptional work. And we're looking for more East Lancashire charities to apply for a grant as well, because they don't.
My name's John Brindle. I'm the head coach, secretary and matchmaker of Clayton Amateur Boxing Club. My role is to organise everything that is anything to do with boxing, organising the club sessions, scheduling boxing matches for all the lads, wherever that may be, organising the coaches as well, booking courses which might be the first aid, DBS or safeguarding courses, as well as upgrading their coaching badges. So basically anything and everything to do with boxing. 2011 we became a boxing club. 11 years we stayed in that ramshackle old garage. 2 years ago, after Lindsay acquired the funding from Sport England, we moved here. Since we've moved here, we've just gone onwards and upwards. We're getting over 100 individual people through the doors each week with over 200 footfall. So over a year, 10,000 people footfall and 5,000 individuals. Yeah, we're doing very well, I think. This is a female fitness class. We started this in the ramshackle gym that I mentioned earlier, but it's carried on and it's blossomed. All these guys are turning week in, week out, twice a week, and they seem to really enjoy it. In Clayton, without this facility, there's very little for these guys to do anything anyway, and the kids in particular. There's a lot of trouble, a lot of crime, and one thing and another. That's petty crime, most of it, but it leads to other things. And if they weren't coming here, that's basically what they'd be up to. We've got two main ones really. Both of them are for adults with learning disabilities. They've been coming for 2 years. There's half a dozen people with Down syndrome, there's a couple of wheelchairs, there's a blind person. They come here week in, week out. They absolutely love it. We've had other specialist groups like the PCC have funded us for the last 2 years, which is very unusual to get 2 years funding from that group. Andrew Snowden, he really thinks that what we're doing is a worthwhile cause. The kids that we've got from there are people that are, they're not behaving at school, they're always in detention, they're not learning, academically they're not brilliant maybe, or they're just not understood, I don't know, but they come here and I can give you an example of one kid who was in reset every single day for 12 months. He came here, his teacher, who he could not believe the transformation, he said he has not been in any sort of detention for the full 12 months. And now he comes and pays his own way and he actually wants to box, he's getting fit, he's technically good, and I've got him earmarked as when he leaves school to pay for his coaching badge because I believe that much in him. I just got a phone call out of the blue from a leader of a veterans group asking us if we could do anything to help them. I said, yeah, certainly, no problem. So within a week, we had veterans coming down here. We didn't charge them. We weren't getting funding, but this is how we've done it all the way through. We do it for nothing, hopefully get some funding, and hopefully they'll pay the way once we've got that far. So now we've got 2 hours a week for 50 weeks, paid for by crowdfunding, Lancashire County Council, ICB and Duchy of Lancaster, as well as various people who have contributed pledges. So we started at the age of 7, and we have members here from the age of 7 to 70. 72 actually. Different groups, we cater for different groups, different abilities, and yeah, anybody that walks through that door who wants to try boxing, we like to think we can accommodate them. Like I've touched on before, people in wheelchairs, blind, Down syndrome, whatever. We find a place for them and they enjoy it.
Hi, my name's Michael. I work at Parkview, and here we are at Clayton Boxing Club. We come here every Tuesday for a session with John. Would you like to come in and I'll show you what we do? So here we are on the punch bags. I have a group on the punch bags. They do 20-25 seconds of punching, and then they'll have the breather, then they'll go again. So a bit like interactive training. There's 5 or 6 on each punch bag, and as you can see here, there's John will take a couple, and he'll do some one-to-ones. Here we are in this ring here. We have a group with a member of staff that'll do some weight training. And it's a bit of teamwork. They'll all work round and they'll have little competitions within themselves, which is great. They'll use the dumbbells, all different weights, depending on how much they can lift. So yeah, it's, again, like I say, it's great. There's a bit of teamwork. Here we have a group on the bikes and the rowing machines. A couple on the bikes here, and a couple on the rowing machines, which they'll have, if you can see on the screen here, they'll have little competitions with themselves, see who can beat one another, which is good. It's all competitive and they enjoy it. Again on the bikes, and we have a lady here that walks around. She struggles with some of the equipment, but she finds use of walking around and getting her steps in round the ring, which is good. I'd also like to just say a big thank you to John for letting us use this Clayton Boxing Club. He does an absolute fantastic job here with the likes of ourselves and other people in Clayton. So thanks again, thank you John.
Hi, my name's William Owen. I'm a veteran. I'm currently living at Healthy Heroes, but as part of living there I'm also volunteering as part of the wellness programme, working with other members of staff. And then we got asked to come along and we got told about this. That's going to be starting in January. So the lads are really looking forward to it.
What do you think it'll give to you, in terms of like keeping you fit and...
Oh, so keeping fit, wellness side of it, the mental health part. I mean, a lot of lads, find relief through punching bags. So it's one of them things where we can come and have that bit of release, a bit of a time where we can chill out.
And chill out. Mentally, what do you think that it gives to you as well, in terms of like discipline and turning it up?
Discipline. So, a lot of, obviously, ex-forces, they carry that discipline with them. And when they leave the army, it tends to lack a little bit. Obviously, it's just the mentality of being on civilian street. But being back in the gym, you get to work on your discipline again, your routine. It's getting that routine back in. Obviously, if you get routine in the gym, you'll have routine back in your normal life as well, on a normal day-to-day basis.
Hi, my name's Aaron. I'm from Empire Fighting Chance. I'm here today at Lancaster Boxing Club to discuss Clayton Boxing Club. Just to introduce you to my colleague Sam.
Hi. Sports psychologist at Empire Fighting Chance, and I was commissioned 7 years ago to design a program that brings in really important knowledge about the mind but embedding it into boxing. So the young people who engage with the Box Champs program, they're learning about their minds whilst being engaged in the brilliant discipline of boxing, from learning about the magic of mistakes to understanding that there are no wrong feelings. We carefully embed these powerful messages into boxing. So it isn't just about boxing. There's a deep exploration there for the young person to really have the knowledge to take away from boxing to help them in their lives, whether that's at school, whether that's at home. And it was just making this brilliant discipline work harder and changing the image of boxing and all the qualities that we can take away from boxing to help young people. Sports psychology is not just about helping professional athletes play better, but actually it's for everybody. So young people learn about the minds just as a professional footballer would, and I always say that some of these important principles that Clayton are sharing with their young people. It's for everybody, and the disciplines of boxing just bring that alive. The psychology that I share in professional football, including my work at Wrexham Football Club, as the first team sports psychologist, is this concept of addition through subtraction. So when there's less on our minds, we're going to perform better. Now, boxing is a great way for young people for their minds to settle and then perform better. And it's exactly the same as a professional footballer. When I stop trying to think positively, then I've got more energy for my football. I've got more energy to be in the flow and to play well. And it is no different from a young person that needs to unlock their inner resources to get a job, to get through school. It's the same underlying logic. When we leave our minds alone and we stop constantly trying to pick the right thoughts and get rid of the ones we don't like, then actually all that freedom, all that happiness, all that confidence, all those qualities show up. It's not something we go out and engineer, it's actually already present. Exactly the same for a professional footballer as it is for a young person trying to build their lives, certainly at Clayton.
We first started working with Clayton Boxing Club in September 2023. They were brought to our attention by England Boxing. Empire Fighting Chance work closely with England Boxing, recruiting like-minded boxing clubs, grassroots, looking to make a greater impact within their community, and that's where John and Clayton first come on board. We come up to Accrington, myself and one of the co-founders, to visit John and his team, and we just hit it off straight away. His values aligned with ours, and we invited him down to our 2-day training in Bristol. Post the 2-day training in Bristol, John and his team went back to Accrington. During the training, they designed an action plan of what they're going to do when they go back to Accrington, how they're going to implement it. We then offer 12-month support to the boxing club and help them implement it. So his first steps was contacting schools, having a look at funding, but also really structuring and pulling together what the programme is and what he's going to be delivering. During the training, John and his team took everything on board from the Box Champions programme, which was what was missing really from his offerings, and they went straight back to community, started delivering straight away. Boxing clubs, wherever you go in the country, are always at the heart of the community. They've been there from day dot. They've always survived. Costas come and go, McDonald's come and go, building estates come and go, but boxing clubs always seem to be there. As you say, they're always in the heartbeat of the community, and that's what we recognise at Empire Fighting Chance. We wanted to upskill them, empower them to support the wider community. Quite often, boxing does attract those who aren't either attending school, interested in school, might be having challenging times, but they still want to go to a boxing club. That credibility is there, and that's why we wanted to empower those boxing clubs to help support them reach those further young people.
So what makes our programme unique for young people is, first of all, it's not a new fad or a well-being programme. We would rather young people be able to show up to Clayton not feeling great, but still being able to do what they need to do. That's a real test of resilience. Now, this idea that all the young people we work with are going to be smiley and happy with the profound challenges that are going on in our communities is unrealistic and, not helpful for the young person to have that expectation. But to know that irrespective of how I feel, I can still perform. I can still go and get that job. I can still have aspirations. No different from a professional footballer. If you look at any performance, it really doesn't matter how you feel. It's trying to be something that you're not that actually creates the slump. So young people coming through this programme will get a greater sense that actually, irrespective of how I feel, I can still perform well. I don't need to be in a happy place all the time. I can still do what I need to do, even if there's some anxiety there or there's some frustration there. I can still show up and deliver. And that is a powerful message that boxing is so well positioned to land for young people and professionals.
Why would a young person want to go to Clayton Boxing Club? It's a hugely safe space, great community, run by great people, great values in the club. But it's not just champions. Everyone's invited, everyone's welcome, and everyone's made to feel that way. John's done an incredible job at producing really good boxers. He's done an incredible job of keeping the club going, which is credit in its own right, and what he's trying to do now by creating more community-focused programs is amazing. Some of the schools he's now working in, a lot of those young people are now coming back to the boxing clubs, which shows what a great space it is. The beauty of boxing is it's always an open door policy. It doesn't matter if you're a boy, girl, black, white, disabled, everyone's always welcome, and I think John and his team really embed that within Clayton Boxing Club.
I'm Dean Kissop. I huge bit Clayton Boxing Club with my son. He's been boxing with the club since he was 6 years old, part of the squad. The impact it's had in the sort of last 5 years more that I've noticed is more and more kids are coming down. You can see the difference in them kids, whether it be weight, whether it be behaviour, just general well-being of people, of young people. That's what I'd say really, that'd be the biggest benefits and the things that you notice more than anything.
Well, I started just before I turned 6, and I just really enjoyed it, and I've just stuck with it all the way, and I started getting good, and I started having bouts, and I just carried on, and just loved it all the way. It keeps me fit. Obviously I come 6 times a week, so it keeps me fit, keeps me happy with all obviously I know a lot of the people here now, so they're all my mates and everything, so it makes me alright. Yeah.
I first came to the club as a boxer probably about five years ago now, and I've been doing that through this time. And then recently I've just done my level 1 coaching badges, so I've also started coaching at the gym whilst on top of my boxing as well. Well, John's been brilliant. He's always there. He's putting the key in the door just for me to come down, train, doing one-to-one sessions with me, and just overall improving my boxing ability. You should definitely come down and try it out, because offers numerous benefits, obviously physically helping yourself get fitter, stuff like that, but also mentally and socially, because you're interacting with people your own age, and you find yourself, when you've been coming to the boxing gym, you're more confident in yourself, and you're learning valuable life skills whilst being here.
Well, it was like Lucas said, he's been a member for about 5 or 6 years now. He just left primary school. On the Friday night of leaving, he turned to me and come home and says, "Dad, I want to try boxing down at the Clayton Moves Boxing ABC." And my response was, "Oh, bloody hell, it's my only night free to have a beer." And when he actually said to me, "I'll pay for it," I thought, well, go on then. And that's how it started. That was his very first time. He's been here ever since. Oh, it's massively important. You look at all the young children here tonight, coming through, keeping children off the streets. The female classes are absolutely packed. I come down myself, my home family comes down. Veterans classes, the classes what John and Martin offer these days, it's just unbelievable. From where they started out in the local garage down there, coming back, the place is absolutely thriving. John's been like a second father to Lucas over the years. You know, Lucas has put the time and effort in, and John and Martin and all the other coaches have then put the time and effort in to all the other kids who were prepared to put the time and effort in, and they've been so supported, trips away paid for. When you go around these boxing gyms, this is probably one of the best boxing gyms out there. The facility is, it's just absolutely superb compared to all the rest we go to, state of the art.
Well, this place would not run without our volunteers. We've got 6 coaches marching, who is basically my right-hand man. We've got Ellis and Patrick that are here. Kai, who's Martin's son, he's also a boxer for us. We've got Lucas, who's just done his level 1. He's only 17, he's just done his level 1 badge. We've got another boxer who is interested in taking her coaching badge. So that'll be happening after Christmas. All the people that's helped us, like Scott Dawson Advertising, Andrew Snowden, the PCC funding. I'm just caught on the hop here, but there's the council, Ironburn Leisure, Tim O'Kane in particular, because he's introduced us to so many people. Sir Brickcliffe has been brilliant in the last 2 years with us. New Dad, and I'm naming people here that are either from Labour, Conservative. It doesn't absolutely matter because we don't care. As long as people want to help us, we'll take that help all day long. Hope I haven't missed anybody out.
You're welcome.